Hello, my friends. Welcome back to our English Shadowing Story channel. Today, we will practice English with a long and emotional story. This story is about mistakes. This story is about fear. And this story is about how one wrong choice can change your whole life. The name of the story is I Took the Wrong Job and It Changed My Life Forever. As always, listen carefully, pause after each sentence, and repeat after me like a shadow. Let us begin. My name is Daniel Parker. I am 26 years old. I was born in a small town, a very small and quiet town. In my town, everyone knows everyone. There are only 2 cafes, 1 small hospital, and 1 old movie theater. My life was simple, maybe too simple. I lived with my mother. My father died when I was 12. Since that day, my mother worked very hard for me. She worked in a bakery. She woke up every day at 5 a.m. She came home tired every evening. I always felt guilty. I wanted to help her. I wanted to give her a better life. But my life was not easy. I finished college, but I could not find a good job. I worked in a small electronics shop. I sold phones. I sold chargers. I sold headphones. The salary was very low. It was not enough, not for me, and not for my mother. Every night I looked at job websites. Every night I sent my resume. And every night I got the same answer. We are sorry, we chose another person. One evening I came home very tired. My mother was cooking soup. She smiled at me and said, "Daniel, do not worry. Everything will be okay." But I could see her eyes. She was also tired. She was also worried. That night I could not sleep. I looked at the ceiling. I thought about my life. I thought about my future. I asked myself a question. Is this all my life will be? The next morning, something strange happened. I received an email. The title was Job Interview, Big Opportunity. My heart started beating fast. I opened the email. It said, "We saw your resume. We want to invite you for an interview. The job is in another city. The salary is very good." I read it 3 times. Another city, good salary, big opportunity. But something was strange. The company name was not famous, and the job description was very short. It only said, "Office assistant, travel sometimes required." I did not understand much, but I didn't care. I needed this job. That evening, I told my mother. She looked happy, but also worried. "Another city?" she asked. "That is far." I smiled and said, "Mom, this is my chance. I have to try." She nodded and said, "I am proud of you." 3 days later, I was on a bus. I was going to a big city, a very big city. I had 1 small bag and many big dreams. When I arrived, everything looked different. Big buildings, many cars, many people. The city was loud and fast. The interview was in a tall glass building. I felt small, very small. Inside, a woman at the desk said, "Go to the 14th floor." My hands were cold. My heart was beating fast. The office was big, very clean, very quiet. A man in a black suit came to me. "Daniel Parker?" he asked. "Yes," I said. "Follow me." We went into a small room. He sat down. He looked at my resume. He asked only 3 questions. Can you travel? Can you work long hours? Can you follow instructions? I said yes, yes, and yes. He smiled. "You start tomorrow." I was shocked. "Tomorrow?" "Yes," he said. "Sign here." I did not think. I signed. That was my first mistake. That night, I stayed in a cheap hotel. I could not sleep. I was excited and afraid. I called my mother. "Mom, I got the job." She was very happy. "I knew it," she said. But I did not tell her everything. I did not tell her that something felt strange. The next morning, a black car came for me. The driver did not talk. We drove for a long time. We left the city. We went to a quiet place. Very quiet. Too quiet. Finally, we stopped in front of a big house. It looked like a hotel, but also not like a hotel. A man was waiting for me at the door. He smiled and said, "Welcome, Daniel. Your new life starts today." At that moment, I did not know it yet, but I had just walked into the biggest mistake of my life. The man opened the door. I walked inside. The house was very big, bigger than any house I had ever seen. The floor was white. The walls were white. Everything was white. It felt cold, not because of the weather, but because of the place. The man said, "Please follow me." We walked through long halls. I saw many doors. All of them were closed. I heard no voices, no music, no TV, nothing. Finally, we reached a big room. There were many people inside, young men, young women. All of them looked nervous. Some were talking quietly. Some were just looking at the floor. A tall man stood in front of us. He had gray hair and cold eyes. He said, "Welcome to your new job." Everyone was quiet. He continued, "From today, your old life is finished." I felt something bad in my stomach. "You will stay here for 3 months," he said. "You will not go home." My heart started beating fast. "You will not use your phone," he said. "You will not use the internet." People started looking at each other. "And you will do exactly what we tell you." Someone asked, "What is this job?" The man smiled, but it was not a friendly smile. "You will learn soon," he said. They took our phones. They took our bags. They gave us simple clothes. Gray shirts, black pants. We all looked the same. I wanted to leave, but the doors were closed. 2 big men were standing near the door. At that moment, I understood. I was not here for a normal job. I was trapped. That was my second mistake. They gave us rooms, 2 people in one room. My roommate was a quiet guy. His name was Leo. He was 28. He worked as a delivery driver before. He said, "I think this is not legal." I nodded. "We need to be careful," he said. The next morning, training started. They woke us up at 6 a.m. We had 5 minutes to get ready. Then we went to a big room. There were many computers, many screens. A woman stood in front of us. She said, "You will work online. You will talk to people. You will follow scripts. You will never tell the truth." I did not understand. "What truth?" someone asked. The woman looked at him and said, "That you work here." I felt cold again. They showed us messages, fake profiles, fake photos, fake stories. Then I understood. This was a scam. We were learning how to lie to people, how to take their money, how to make them trust us. I wanted to stop, but we could not leave. Every door was locked. Every window had bars. Every hall had guards. That night, I could not sleep. Leo said quietly, "We need to escape." I said, "How?" He said, "I don't know yet." Days passed, then weeks. We worked every day. If someone made a mistake, they were punished. They had to stand for hours, or clean the toilets, or lose food. People were afraid. I was afraid. One evening, something changed. A new girl came. Her name was Emma. She looked strong, but her eyes were scared. She sat near me. She whispered, "How long have you been here?" "Almost a month," I said. She closed her eyes. "They told me this was a marketing job," she said. I laughed sadly. They told us all the same thing. That night, the three of us talked. Me, Leo, and Emma. We made a plan. A dangerous plan, but the only plan. We would try to escape, but we needed time, and we needed luck, and we needed one small mistake from them. I looked at the ceiling that night, and I thought, I must survive. I must go home. My mother is waiting for me. And I promised myself something. If I leave this place, I will never take an easy job again. Never. But I did not know yet. The hardest part was still coming, and the most dangerous day of my life was very near. The next days were very slow, but also very dangerous. Me, Leo, and Emma were waiting. We were watching everything. The guards, the doors, the cameras. We did not talk much. We did not want to look strange. But every night we whispered. We made the plan better and better. The plan was simple. Too simple. One night, when the lights go out, we go to the back hallway. There is a small door near the kitchen. Leo saw it. It is usually locked, but sometimes a worker forgets to lock it. We needed that one small mistake. We waited, day after day. Then one evening, something strange happened. The guards were loud. They were angry. They were shouting. Someone tried to run. They caught him. They took him away. We never saw him again. That night, Emma was crying. She said, "What if that is us?" I said, "Then we must be smart." 2 days later, our chance came. That evening, there was a lot of noise in the kitchen. Many workers, many boxes, many shouts, and one small door. It was not fully closed. I looked at Leo. He looked at Emma. Emma looked at me. No words, only eyes. That was the moment. That night, when the lights went out, we did not go to bed. We waited. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then we moved. Slowly, quietly. My heart was so loud, I thought everyone could hear it. We walked in the dark. We reached the back hallway. The door was there, small, black, closed. Leo touched it. It opened. I wanted to cry, but we had no time. We walked outside. Cold air hit my face. Freedom was so close. Then, a light. A shout. "Stop!" We ran. We ran as fast as we could. I heard steps behind us. I heard dogs. Dogs were barking. Emma was slow. She was breathing hard. I took her hand. "Don't stop," I said. Suddenly, she fell. She cried out. 2 guards jumped on her. "Go," she shouted. "Don't stop." Leo looked back. I looked back. She was on the ground, crying, fighting. I wanted to go back. Leo pulled me. "If you go back, we all die," he said. We ran. My eyes were full of tears. My heart was broken. We reached a forest. We ran into the trees. The dogs followed. We ran and ran and ran. I fell. My leg hurt. Leo pulled me up. "Not now," he said. Finally, the sounds stopped. We did not hear the dogs anymore. We did not hear the guards. We were alone, in the dark, in the forest. We sat on the ground. We were shaking. We were breathing hard. Leo said quietly, "Emma." I said nothing. We both knew she did not make it. That night, we did not sleep. In the morning, We started walking. We did not know where we were. We had no phone, no money, no food, only fear, and one big hope: to survive, to go home. But I did not know yet that our problems were not finished, not even close. The forest was cold. The forest was quiet, too quiet. Leo and I walked for hours. My leg was hurting, but I said nothing. We had no food, no water, only one small bottle. We shared it. One small sip, then nothing. The sun went down. It became very cold. We sat under a tree. We were shaking. Leo took off his jacket. He gave it to me. "You needed more," he said. I did not want to take it, but I did. That night, I dreamed of home. I dreamed of my mother. I woke up crying. In the morning, we heard a sound. A car, far away. We stood up fast. We started walking toward the sound, slowly, carefully. Then we saw a road, a small road, and a small house. An old man was outside. He was cutting wood. He looked at us. He was surprised. We looked terrible, dirty, tired, scared. Leo said, "Please, we need help." The old man looked around. Then he said, "Come inside, quickly." We went in. He gave us water. He gave us bread. I wanted to cry again. It was the best bread in my life. The old man said, "Where did you come from?" Leo told him everything. About the job, about the place, about Emma. The old man became very serious. He said, "This is not the first time." My heart stopped. "What do you mean?" I asked. He said, "People disappear here. Bad people use fake jobs. They take young people. They make them work. They do not let them go." I felt sick. Leo asked, "Can you call the police?" The old man shook his head. "They have friends in the town," he said. "Not all police are clean." We looked at each other. Then the old man said, "But I know one good officer. He lives far from here. I can take you to him tonight." Hope came back to my heart. That evening, we got into his old car. He drove slowly. No lights, only the moon. After 2 hours, we reached a small town. He stopped near a small house. A man opened the door. He was tall. He looked serious. The old man said, "These two need you." The man looked at us. Then he said, "Come in." Inside, Leo told the story again. He listened. He did not speak. When Leo finished, he said one sentence, "You are not the first." I felt cold again. He said, "But maybe you are the last." He stood up. He took his phone. He said, "Tomorrow we go back." My heart started beating fast. "Back?" I asked. He looked at me. "Yes, back." I was scared, very scared. He said, "If we do nothing, more people will disappear." I thought of Emma. I said quietly, "I will go." Leo looked at me. He said, "Me too." That night, I did not sleep, not even 1 minute. I was going back to the place I escaped from. But this time, I was not alone. And this time, we were not running. We were coming back to fight. The sun was rising. We were in the car. The officer was driving. His name was Mark. He did not talk much. Leo and I were quiet. My hands were cold. My heart was loud. After 3 hours, we saw the forest again. The same road, the same gate. My stomach hurt. Mark stopped the car far away. "We walk from here," he said. We walked slowly, quietly. We hid behind trees. Then we saw the buildings, the gray walls, the high fence, the cameras. Mark took out his phone. He sent a message. 10 minutes later, 3 police cars arrived. No lights, no sound. More officers came. They were ready. Mark said, "When I say go, you stay behind." I wanted to argue, but I said nothing. Then Mark spoke into his radio. Now. Everything happened fast. The police ran. They broke the gate. People started shouting. I heard glass break. I heard doors slam. My body was shaking. Leo held my hand. Then we heard a scream, a woman's scream. I knew that voice. It was Emma. I ran. I did not think. I did not stop. Leo shouted my name, but I did not listen. I ran into the building. The hallway was dark. I followed the sound. My heart was beating like a drum. I opened a door, and I saw her, Emma. She was sitting on the floor. Her hands were tied. Her face was dirty, but she was alive. "Emma," I cried. She looked at me. Her eyes became big. "You came back," she said. I cut the rope. She stood up. She was weak. We hugged. Then a man shouted, "Stop!" We turned. It was him, the boss. He had a gun. My body became cold. He said, "You should not be here." He pointed the gun at me. I could not move. Then, suddenly, a loud sound. Bang! The man fell. He dropped the gun. Mark was behind him. "It's over," Mark said. More police came. They took the man away. They opened the other rooms. They found more people. Tired, scared, but alive. Ambulances came. Everyone got help. Outside, the sun was high. The place looked smaller, less scary. Emma sat next to me. She held my hand. She said, "You saved my life." I shook my head. "We saved each other." Leo came. He smiled. Mark came too. He said, "You were very brave." I did not feel brave. I felt tired, very tired, but free, truly free. That day, everything ended, or so I thought. 3 months later, my life was not the same, but it was real again. I lived in a small apartment. The windows were always open. I liked the sunlight now. I liked silence. Sometimes silence was the best sound. Emma lived near me. We saw each other often. We did not talk about the past much, but we understood each other. Some things do not need words. Leo went back to his city, but he called me every week. He always said, "You are stronger than you think." The men from that place went to prison. All of them. The boss got many years. The news talked about it for weeks. People called us heroes. I did not feel like a hero. I felt like a person who survived. Sometimes I still woke up at night. My heart was fast. My hands were cold. But then I looked at the window. I saw the sky. And I remembered. I was free. I started helping people. I worked at a small center for victims. I listened. I understood. I did not judge. One day, a girl came in. She looked scared, just like me before. I sat next to her and I said, "You are safe now." And I meant it. Emma started studying again. She wanted to become a teacher. She said, "I want to help children feel safe." I smiled. She was strong, stronger than she knew. Sometimes we went to a small cafe. We drank tea. We talked about normal things, movies, books, dreams, normal life. One evening, Emma asked me, "Do you regret it?" I thought for a moment. I said, "I regret that it happened, but I don't regret that I fought." She nodded. We watched the sunset. The sky was orange and pink. Beautiful, peaceful. 1 year later, I went back to that forest road, not alone, with Mark and police. The buildings were gone, only empty land, only trees. The place could not hurt anyone again. I closed my eyes. I took a deep breath, and I let it go. That job changed my life. It broke me, and it built me again. Now I know something. Not every door is safe. Not every smile is kind. But also, not every dark story ends in darkness. If you are brave, if you do not give up, if you choose to fight, you can find light again. This is my story, and this is why you should always be careful, but never stop believing in yourself. Thank you for listening. Now go back, listen again, repeat each sentence. Speak with feeling. Speak with courage. This is how you grow. This is how you become stronger. See you in the next story.